It's going to be tough for whoever comes through here. I was in Birmingham last summer to watch the Singaporeans win the Commonwealth Games title, and it's an absolute joy when they're on court, because apart from the fact they're incredibly entertaining, you just get the sense they enjoy it so much. All smiles, and they are very talented to boot. Been inside the world's top 15, still inside the world's top 30. And enjoying themselves on home soil, Thyrri and Magelund. Obviously, it's a benefit and a bonus, Bobby, when you're playing in your own country. You know the crowd are going to be on your side, but it does bring a little bit of pressure as well, because you know there's a certain level of expectation.
I think they're more than capable of living up to it. The way they went through that tour of US and Canada, and we were there, I was really impressed by these two. If they're on form, if both pairs are at their best for me today, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm open myself up for criticism, fair enough. I don't mind losing, I don't mind being wrong.
It's nothing new to you, is it?
No, exactly. If they're both at their best, the Danes win this. Thyrri, he's frightening in the mid-court as well, very strong. Jessica Tan's improved and tries to cover that net, but the Danes at their best, they've really impressed me lately.
And I think that's what makes it a fascinating match, potentially. It's a clash of styles. They've never played before either, so we got no head-to-head record to go on.
No, and like you just said, they're at home in Denmark. If they can do it abroad and in difficult conditions, they're at home, they're in Copenhagen. How much does it mean to them here?
Black. So this side, and you serve. Amalia, you serve, and receive. Okay.
When the order of play came out yesterday, this is one of the matches that stood out, obviously because they're a home pair in it, but also because of the potential entertaining fashion it could be played in. There's Thyrri here, he's 28 now. Won their first World Tour title last year in India. And they beat the home hopefuls Ellis and Smith in the final of the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham last year. Married, of course, married to each other. Jessica Tan had two sisters, former national team players, both of them. She actually left university when she was 18 to join the national team and devote her career to the sport. On the other side of the net, Thyrri, 193 centimetres, that's around 6'4". They've actually reached 4 World Tour finals in the last 2 years. They've lost a lot, including in Canada and the USA this year. And the only win they've had as a pair came in the Canadian International last year, so kind of a lesser tournament to a World Tour event. But you always want to get into the winner's circle, and they are at their career high ranking. E.G. Nonaguchi of Japan is our umpire, and Artur Zaluznoi from Estonia is the service judge.
Ready to play.
Well, Singaporean coaches look pretty relaxed, as do two players. Big week, I think, this for Danish badminton, isn't it, Bobby? You know, not just in the mixed doubles, but in all the events, you know, staging it. I think it's the 5th time Denmark has staged the World Championships, and they always want to put up a good showing, the host nation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the I think it's the most amount of times a country's hosted the Worlds. European badminton overall is up against it in recent years. It's tough. So for big squads like the French, like the Danish, they really want to put on a good showing, and hosting the Worlds, it's the biggest stage. Do it at home. It means so much in front of the home crowd. The Singaporeans, though, it's almost a free hit for them this week. They've got a steady string of defeats.
On my right, Ki Yong-kai Thyrri and Tan Wei-han Jessica, Singapore. And on my left, Matthias Thyrri and Amalie Magelund, Denmark. Amalie Magelund, who served to Ki Yong-kai Thyrri. Level, play.
Well, I cut myself off there. I just like it when the umpire introduces them. It's nice,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes, absolutely. Just sets the scene.
Exactly. Yeah, I was saying the Indonesians have typically not got further than round 1 in top-level internationals, but they're still going to all the top-level internationals, occasionally making the next round. But last year, at the Worlds in Japan, they knocked out one of the seeds in the first round, which was a surprise, I think, to myself and everybody. Unfortunately, they came up against a strong Hong Kong pair, Tang Chan and Saying Sweat, but it's the Worlds. Anything can happen. And I think the Singapore coach is looking relaxed because they're out here to enjoy it. It's the pressures on the Danes, really.
He always seems to enjoy himself, Thyrri He, win, lose or draw. That's a super shot.
He can win or lose matches on his own. Sometimes you see him quite complacent and almost enjoying it a bit too much, playing for fun. But when it means something to him, he's, again, a very difficult opponent.
3-1. Four, 1. Time's over.
It's an exciting battle as well for that reason. I mentioned Thyrri He's a big game player, or he can be a little bit too relaxed. Matthias Thyrri, when he's hot, he is dynamite. But I've seen him also have reasonably poor games by his standards. And again, it's the inconsistency. So that provides the entertainment. Who's, really focused? Who's really up for this?
Well, interesting. We've had 8 points, and so far there's not been a single opportunity for 6'4" Matthias Thyrri to do anything jump smash wise from anywhere. They're keeping it very flat, the Singaporeans, so far.
Yeah, he was one of the players of the fortnight, really, when it came through Canada and the US. It was quite surprising for the Danes, I think, to make the final of both. I know, sitting with the Danish coaching staff with Steen at breakfast quite often, talking about it, how good a week they had, and then they did it again in the US. It was brilliant. And so the Singapore pair don't want to give him the shuttle high.
Yeah, they've probably seen the videos.
Yeah,
probably more than once.
That's tremendous. That's a couple of times we've seen that from Thyrri He.
3. Play on.
Let Thyrri hit down straight and be early, push up in defence and whip it cross court. And I reckon you're right there, Trevor. They've probably watched the videos and thought that's the way to beat him.
Service over. 4-7.
So a few early issues for the home pair here at the moment. Anyone who thought in the crowd that this would be fairly straightforward, I need to think again, and that was a little careless service error.
4. Service over.
Noticeable increase in decibels when the Danish pair win a point.
8.
Yeah, and it's a Tuesday morning when most people are at work. I can only imagine what it's going to be like in here at the weekend.
It is going to be absolutely jumping, I think. Friday, late afternoon into the evening, and then all day Saturday and Sunday. I think it's going to be terrific. Especially if there's Danish involvement. Well, we suspect there will be with Victor Axelsson at the very least, and several others too.
That's unlucky.
But they are keeping Thyrri at range, aren't they? It really is noticeable. He's stifling his biggest weapon at the moment. And I think if it becomes a really flat game, I think the Singaporeans have the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something Jessica Tan's really improved on. She is a tall player and she uses that to her advantage these days.
That's on the line.
And looks for one of those shots, which just gives Thyrri He the chance to relax and focus on the other. And that's, yeah, they can be, look how much fun they're having too. It's a big smile. Wow.
Well, that was a very impressive first, 5 minutes from the Singaporeans, He and Tan. And they've given the Danes a lot to think about.
Thyrri was a bit static there with Magelund clearly looking to cover the straight.
Men så skal vi også være klar på, når hun skubber den forbi. Ja. Okay? Men når vi skubber den forbi her nu, skal vi ikke vælge bare at trykke den mod det andet hjørne. Skal vi lægge den over blødt i den anden side. Ikke? Fordi han flyver på noget, der går opad mod mellembanen eller baglinjen. Okay, det er roligt på, når hun siger. Så den faldt en gang. Okay? Jeg sætter den i spil. Der er 0 angreb på ham, medmindre du kan stå den ned.
Eleven, 6. Play.
Well, I don't speak a lot of Danish, Trevor, but that was not a 100% happy coach, was it?
Absolutely not. And I think the problem is that at the moment the Danes are allowing He and Tan to play the game they want to play.
7-12. Service over. 13-7.
Hardly put a foot wrong so far, those two. Once again, he just too sharp for Magelund at the net. This is concerning, Bobby, I think, isn't it, from a Danish point of view? Not just the scoreline, but the manner in which it's been achieved.
Yeah, it's the manner. I mean, game one, the scoreline, not that it doesn't really matter, but it's, you've always got the opportunity to come back if your strategy adapts to the situation, because you can come back and win games 2 and 3. So it's not critical. You can lose to 21-5, but you need to work out a way to combat whatever's happening out there. And sometimes, you know, you want to work out a way if it's the end of the court that's you're struggling with. But in this instance, it's not. It's just Singapore are brilliant. And I said at the beginning, when they're at their best, I think the Danes win this. They're far from their best.
But it's a tactical masterclass from the Singaporeans. They're not allowing the Danes to be at their best, are they?
No, but that's the thing. The Danes need to find a way to prevent the Singapores from asserting their style on the match. So whilst the Singapore pair are playing brilliantly, it's up to the Danes to stop that.
No sign of that at the moment. Better from Magelund.
17.
He's really not a big man, Thyrri. He just 5'7", but he gets great spring, and it's not just the power that he generates, the accuracy too. Finds the corners with regularity.
There's a few. That's a nice shot. We saw Rino Frivaldi play earlier. Similar style. Shorter, stockier, powerful. Brilliant in the mid-court, great wrist. And I keep harping on about Deshapol, Puara and Ukro. Oh, broken string?
Looks like it.
Yeah, Puara and Ukro, again, is probably one of the best in the world in that physical approach. You see all ranges of body types, if you like, in mixed doubles. Oh, I think that hit the elbow of his partner.
Looks like it. Yeah, oh yeah.
Ouch.
That would sting.
I think it glanced off. Luckily, a straight hit would have really done some damage from there.
It's over. 19-11.
Well, one of the best rallies of the match so far. Maybe too little too late for the Danes in this opening game, but excellent shot nonetheless.
That's where Jessica and Thyrri need to keep preventing Matthias Thyrri the opportunities to hit down from. Give him time at the back, he's going to find winners.
So 8 game points for the Singaporeans here.
Wow, what a shot.
Well, astonishingly impressive from those two. Just 12 minutes on court, and they've taken Thyrri and Magelund apart. 21-13. They lead by a game to love.
Vi er nødt til at slippe den her, og så sige, vi skal op i et helt andet tempo her. Det handler ikke nødvendigvis om tempo, som vi er nødt til at rykke på nogle af de baller, som vi ved, vi får. Hvis der er serven, der kommer standard retur, og du rykker frem, og spiller den forbi. Vi er nødt til at ture og rykke lidt mere, eksekvere lidt på de ting, når vi er med udøverne. Okay? Og når vi er under, så er vi nødt til at spille foran eller over meget mere.
Så er det bare en med den der fighterviljen. Ja. Altså acceptere, at det er fuldt på en måde på serieskabet. Så må vi fandme kæmpe under bukserne.
Ja, men det handler om, at det kæmper, men det er ikke nok. Vi er nødt til at rykke lidt mere på de baller, vi tror, der kommer.
Nå, ja, men det er bare, altså hvis kvaliteten ikke lige er der på slaget eller lidt, så må vi ikke bare stå og så fandme op på det næste og prøve at kæmpe videre.
Men i kampen om initiativ nu, der er vi nødt til at finde noget mere foran eller helt op. Fordi det der med at ligge og trykke ud mod hjørner, han kommer til at eksekvere på dem igen og igen. Okay? Men altså, vi er nødt til at finde noget, vi er nødt til at fyre den af her i noget højere tempo, rykke lidt mere. Okay? Fordi mange af de her dueller føles også dårlige, fordi vi står og kigger, står og venter lidt.
Ja, bare meget usikker på, hvad der lige sker.
Så prøv nu at sige her, så længe vi ikke har træffet her, så holder vi den første nedad, bare stille og roligt, og gerne over mod hende. Okay? Så.
Marcus.
Well, that word tempo is being used over and over again. Trevor, we're reliably informed that the Danes are being instructed to play at a much higher tempo. Take the initiative.
Second game.
Get that attack earlier in the rally.
Play.
I'm quite glad we haven't got Steen Pedersen in the box here today. He'll be pretty frustrated watching this, I think.
He would have some forthright opinions, I imagine.
1-0.
But as you said a few moments ago, nothing that can't be repaired, but they're going to need a different mindset in this second game.
There's taking the initiative, playing at a high tempo. Thyrri He.
1-0.
Phenomenal. What an example of that.
Hold. 2-1.
It's like Thyrri He at the moment. I mean, Tan's playing a part as well, but Thyrri He is in a different gear to the Danes. It's incredible. They can't compete with him right now.
1. Change, please.
Left leg jump out, taken so early. Phenomenal speed and power. Denmark with a mountain to climb, I think.
It just... The body language, too, from the Danes looks, I wouldn't say defeatist, but it looks like they just don't know what they have to do to get themselves back into this.
No, I mean, I couldn't tell exactly what Matthias Thyrri was saying to his coach during that break, but it was very negative. You could see, you could feel it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Service over.
And it's all very well saying, you know, you've got to take the initiative, but when you're being put under so much pressure, and they're just dominating you in the flat gate, and Thyrri can't use his fiercest weapon, and there are errors, far too many errors from the Danes.
Great serve.
Yeah, that was much better.
Three, 4.
It's going wide. You can get yourself into the match by being smart here, by being clever, variation, those flick serves. At least keep on level terms. Hope Thyrri He slows down and hope that you can raise your game too, and then you're back in the match, but
3.
that's not easy.
Because I think they're going to have to, I mean, obviously they're going to have to improve greatly, because I don't think the Singaporean pair's level is going to drop much. Why would it? They're only going to be fired up with confidence the way they've played so far.
Service over.
Those kind of mistakes aren't going to help.
4.
That's clever. That is clever. Jessica Tan in that rally. Superb movement, shot choice.
4.
Executed it reasonably well. She just made the right moves at the right time and got her partner on the attack. Well,
it's almost like they're playing a few exhibition shots here.
Well, why not? I mean, they're playing up such a high standard. Everything they seem to be taking on is coming off.
And Jessica Tan made that last shot look ridiculously easy up by the shoulder. And there's another one.
Thyrri, I think, forgetting that.
4.
Well, forgetting the basics. Yes, smashing at the woman might provide a little bit weaker, but he had to go cross there, and he opened up the straight drive defence, and she played it with such comfort.
Into a empty court.
Yep, that's better. Forcing Thyrri to hit a loose shot. Amelie Magelund waiting.
10.
It's just off balance.
6. Okay, on good.
Well, for once, Thyrri was able to really free his arms there. Something for him to get his teeth into, and deservedly won the point. Well, Thyrri and Magelund have not won more than 2 successive points in a match so far, which pretty much tells you all you need to know about the way it's been going for them here. And now they have. Trying to mount a fight back, trying to get some inspiration from somewhere, and only a couple of points behind now after Tan went into the net.
That'll build some confidence. 4 consecutive points, and they could keep this going. Lovely. Bit of miscommunication with the husband and wife.
10.
Thyrri, he moved backwards here on this point, thinking Jessica was going to come in.
Flicker again, rather caught Tan on her heels. But then the error arrived, so it's a 2-point lead for he and Tan. It'll be a fascinating second half of this second game coming up.
Well, again, Thomas Staungard stays in the coach's seat.
Så jeg stille og roligt at tage god tid, især når vi selv server, så vi lige får helt på noget, og så fint. Der synes jeg også, der er noget hen.
Det er jeg ikke uenig i. Det er jeg ikke uenig i. Og det betyder også selvom det kribler lidt i armen, hvis jeg løfter måske 1 meter kort, så holder du den nedad først. Ja. Stille og roligt. Det giver os noget. Den sidste giver os også noget.
Court one.
Okay?
20 seconds. Court one. 20 seconds. On court. Nine.
Well, that was a bit more of a conversation, Trevor, rather than a drumming from the coach, wasn't it?
Yeah, the translation we were getting from some of our colleagues here was effectively, you know, the flatter the game, the worse it is for you. And get some elevation. Terrific rally again.
12-9. Out. Time's over. 10-12.
Some way short, as you can see on that replay.
How athletic was that?
Well, those are the kind of points they need to win, or need to start winning if they're going to get back into this.
Couldn't agree more. It was a great point, and they had to work so hard. And that's where it all starts. It always starts with hard work.
Time's over. 13-11.
Yeah, she made it. One of the few times there that Magelund has outwitted Jessica Tan when they've both been at net.
13.
What a touch.
Absolutely flush on the line.
The shuttle's still spinning. It's difficult. We saw Jessica Tan play one earlier in the rally, but for Magelund to be keeping up now, good signs.
Time's over. 14-12.
And do yourself a mischief playing shots like that. Thyrri he got himself into a bit of a tangle here. Be careful.
It's not something your wife wants to watch either, is it?
That's way long, I think.
That forehand drive power again doing the damage.
13, quick.
Just putting that extra bit of speed on that shuttle forces the error. Often the weak reply, but in this case, the error. It's in.
16-13.
It's not normally a smile very far away when you watch Thyrri He. Much to smile about at the moment.
Service over. 14-16.
He was almost looking to cover that backhand drive before it even let the serve go.
Yeah. That's a nice touch from Thyrri, and they're on level terms.
16.
And they're much happier.
This Danish crowd are getting louder and louder too. That's what you want to see. It's a different match now.
Service over. 17-16.
Well, the long rallies have disappeared.
Well, it's getting very nervy, isn't it? Very tense out there now.
Show me.
Also, if it's just...
No, just show me. Service over. 17-0.
This is more like it.
How much do they want to win that point?
18.
And they're in front for the first time in this game. They weren't in front at all in the opening game.
Excellent rally. And despite what the coaches said about don't get into a mid-court battle, they did there, and they came out on top, and that is a really positive sign.
Right into Thyrri He's hitting zone.
Service over. 18-0.
Now, who's going to blink first at such a critical stage of the match? Well, just a complete misjudgment.
18.
Serve was in by a long, long way.
Well, you can lip read that one in Danish, I think.
And that winner from He sets up 2 match points here for the Singaporeans.
20, match point, 18.
Can they hold their nerve? So that previous point, error of judgment allowing the serve to be a clean winner, started off this little rut. Now that will do. That's a massive win for the Singaporeans, 21-18 in that second game, and they take down the world number 17 pair, Thyrri and Magelund, in straight games, and I don't think anyone can argue that they didn't deserve the victory.
the Danes just weren't at the races at the start. It was an awful start. They just didn't have any... They were a couple of gears below in speed. It was a very disappointing performance from them. They were coming back, that was the problem. Too little, too late though, Trevor.
21-18.
Yeah, and Thyrri He and Jessica Tan are not a pairing that you can take liberties with. They really aren't. Commonwealth Games champions, they're still in the world's top 30. They've been a lot higher, and they rarely play a poor match. 21-12, 21-18. It only took 33 minutes, and they advanced through to the round of 32. We'll play to them. Well, a warm welcome back to Copenhagen. Beautiful morning, still morning just about for lazing around on the water. But there's no lazing around for the best badminton players in the business. Strictly work for them. And we still have 3 more matches in our first session to bring you. Actually continuous today, so you'll see 12 matches back to back here on the show court. And after, from the home fans' point of view, disappointing defeat for the 2 Danes, we move on to men's doubles. Lamsfuss and Seidel of Germany up against Christo Popov and Tona Junior Popov, 2 brothers from France, who of course are excellent singles players too in their own right. This is the men's doubles draw. So Liang and Wang, who've got a bye in the first round, await the winners of this last 64.